Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing okay. You guys probably remember this rough chart or this rough diagram that I did, but this shows basically the mirror. If you're looking at the three pyramids right here, and up in the sky you have Osiris, and you have the three belt stars right here mirroring these pyramids. And what I tried to show everybody a while back was that if we're facing in this direction, then below those three pyramids you would have the Nile Delta, and that would represent being the Orion Nebula. But what I told you is that this area right here, which represents the trapezium area, I believe that these pyramids were just a marker, because otherwise if they were proportional then the pyramids would be off the map. So they're definitely a marker. But I found something that even strengthens the correlation even more, and I want to show you what it is real quick. Now you guys have probably seen this diagram before. This shows with the Nile turned around that the Orion Nebula trapezium represents the Nile Delta, and the very center of the Orion Nebula trapezium is actually the very center of the Nile Delta. If you can see, there are three gray dots right here, and the very center of those three gray dots would be the very center of the Orion Nebula trapezium, which is right where that vortex is. Now here's the interesting thing I found that even emphasizes this even more. Alright, we're on Google Earth, and here are those three gray dots I was telling you about. We try to zoom into them right in the very center of this thing. We get this. We can't see what this is for whatever reason, but it's right in the center of those three gray dots, and I believe those are like cities or something like that. But that represents whatever this cloud is that you can't get rid of on Google Earth, represents the very center of the Nile Delta. Well, here's the really interesting thing that kind of brings more focus to this area representing the Orion Nebula. What you're looking at right here is you're looking at the dots. These red dots represent the exact same location, and what you can see right here, see those three dots right there, and that's actually the very center of the Nile Delta. But the really interesting thing about it is we have this Orion correlation, and I don't know what kind of a synchronicity this is, but these lines that are right here, if you go and zoom in on Google Earth, we're going to do that in just a second, they are relatively almost the same as the lines that connect to Orion. And these stars, you can actually even overlay this on top of these stars, and it's almost identical. The only one that seems to be a little bit off is Betelgeuse right here, but the Orion correlation is striking. And what I think is really interesting about this is that the very center, which is the very center of the Nile Delta, represents the Orion Nebula. And we also know that this very center of the Nile Delta also represents the Orion Nebula trapezium, the very center of it also. So as you can see, there is this, it's almost like here's the bigger picture, here's the smaller picture, here's the smaller picture, and so on and so on. There's these other confirming factors that are going on. I find this correlation right here extremely significant. I don't know how old these cities are that we have right here, but as you can see, the lines of this thing, as we look at this, are almost the exact same as Orion. These stars will overlay almost perfectly on top of this right here, and this area right here that just happens to be that fuzzy spot we can't view. Let's just take a look inside Google Earth again real quick. We'll make it smaller and let's take a look. And as you can see, the lines that connect are the same as what we have over here. See? And this area right here represents the center of those areas, and it's relatively almost exactly where the Orion Nebula is. I find these kinds of synchronicities and correlations very interesting, and as you can see, this is almost the exact same shape, if not well, extremely close to the Orion constellation. And this area right here represents the Orion Nebula, which also happens to be the very center of the Nile Delta, which we've also seen matches the Orion Nebula trapezium. I think all of these confirming factors, there's something going on here. But I wanted to show this to you guys. There's going to be a link to this on my Facebook public folder, so you guys go and grab it and take a look at it. All right, y'all take care. Talk to you soon.